see you guys next year. What was the wheeze?
Hey guys, welcome back for such a time as this. I'm Madeline.
I'm Rachel.
And here we are. We're in our new podcast studio.
So excited.
We are so excited, as always, to be back. And we have a special video for you guys today.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to be talking about New Year's.
Yes. Oh wait. Happy New Year's,
Happy
everybody.
New Year! I can't believe it's 2025. And we're going to look back at this and be like, wow, it was 2025.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we are going to be talking about goals. We're not going to be talking about resolutions. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to be talking about goals with God. And that is just our twist of it, being a Christian, and how we can set goals, realistic goals with God, and pray on it, and just see how He changes around everything that we want to happen.
Yeah.
So we're excited for this.
Yeah, super excited for this. As you can see, our sign is back up. We are going to be bringing back the butterflies and little flowers, and we're just still getting there. It's a work in progress, but anyway, do you want to start by saying like a quick little recap of what the year was like for you?
Yeah.
And like, did you make goals? Did you not have any goals for 2024? How was your year, Maddie? Tell us.
My year was a roller coaster, like
Yeah.
a lot would say. I had my ups and I had my downs, and I'm honestly in awe.
Yeah.
Because last year I had COVID on New Year's, and I couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, this sucks. I have to stay home. I can't go here, can't go there.
Yeah.
And I was forced to sit in bed and do nothing and talk to no one because I had COVID. And I chose to put on a video, and the video was like, do this little prompt with God.
Yeah.
And talk about,
The one
what you want.
The one we just
Yes.
did? Oh my
Yes.
God, that's
Yeah.
so funny.
And talk about what your goals are for the year. And I wrote it down in my journal and everything, and there was a long list. I had 10 things.
Yeah.
And it was awesome because reflecting on it now, there was a few things on there, like being consistent going to church, being modest, not swearing,
Yeah.
not complaining, finding a Christian community, all these things that a year ago.
Growth. That's insane. That is so crazy.
Yeah, I've grown so much, and when I was a completely different person last year.
Yeah.
And so many things that I prayed on and wrote in that journal came true, and I truly believe it was because of God. And I can't believe back then if I just could have told myself, you're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Everything you prayed for and everything where you're gonna go, you're going to get there, just not on your timeline.
Yes. Yep.
And I would just say that's kind of how I reflected on my year. And again, there's been a lot of challenges that I'm still working towards that I need to get through this year. But that's what I wrote in my new little prompt. So I'm excited about that. How about you?
Yeah. I've been trying to think and rack my brain on it. I remember writing or making a little backdrop on my laptop for one of the New Year's. I don't know which one it was though. I can't remember. And I don't think I did one for this year, but 2024 was an actually incredible year for me. Just growth wise, I've seen how much I've grown, and I really am a completely different person than who I was. And it is just the coolest thing, because I was racking my brain the other day and I'm like, God, what did I even do this year? I did nothing this year. And he's like, hello?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? And I was just the growth that I've had with him is just absolutely incredible. It's just the growth in my relationship with Andrew is amazing. It's just everything, just growth, I could say 2024 was. And it was just such a beautiful year with friends and family and a lot of traveling. It was just everything that I prayed for. Of course, even though I didn't do one, a prayer board this year, it was everything that I talked to God about. I was I want to travel. I want a great relationship with my boyfriend and my friends and my family. And he really he really, really brought me through, and he really got me there. And I'm just so incredibly blessed to just have everybody that I have in my life, and just grateful that I get to do this and sit here with you guys and just chat. And like, I really truly am super blessed to have had this year, because this it was hard. Had a really, really tough couple of years. So 2024, I'm so like, I'm really hoping 2025 can live up to the hype, because this year has just been like one of my favorites. And I was telling Maddie earlier, like, I don't know if it's like my age now, like I'm not even old, but like I just feel like I have like a clock where I'm like, everything is like on my timeline. And of course we all know this, it's not my timeline, it's God's timeline, but like I just have like this weird thing where I'm like, oh my gosh, like another year and I'm gonna be 26, and what am I gonna do this year? And like, oh my God, like it's just every single New Year's and birthday, I'm like, something that I really have to surrender and be like, you know what? And like, Andrew and I prayed for this coming year yesterday, and we're going to be praying tomorrow about it again. And just because, like, I get such bad anxiety, and I'm like, well, I want to do this and this and this. And God's like, hey, in my time, thank you. Like, so, but I really think that, like, reflecting, my patience has grown so much, and I'm so proud, because, like,
I'm so proud.
It's, like, really crazy, because I'm like, wow. Little Rachel was like so like and like anytime something went wrong, and now I'm just like, God, okay, it's fine, we're being patient. And it's really like, I'm very, very proud, you know, very happy.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that's a little bit about my recap. So
and I want to say one more thing too. Combined growth, I think we talked about starting a podcast around December, I think. Last year.
At work. I think it was at work when we worked together, right?
Yes.
And then
at one of our services
at church.
Yeah.
And we were like, we're gonna do it. And we were like, shoot, okay. And then come April, we were like, it's happening.
Yeah.
Like,
so we are coming up slowly on our 1 year.
Yeah.
So that's also a big accomplishment. I never, ever thought I would be doing this.
Yeah.
But I'm so happy I'm doing this, because it has been a dream my whole life to do something behind the camera.
Yeah.
I don't know why, I just always had that like urge.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's God, and I'm just so grateful to be here.
Yeah.
So
Same.
I think that is a big accomplishment of ours that we can take for granted.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that I think whatever you do decide to do, it can become like, and what was it? I was watching, oh my God, what's his name? Stephen Furtick. I was watching him the other day, and it's like something that we have prayed so long and hard for. If you don't steward it in the correct way, you can take advantage of it, and then you can completely forget that you prayed to be here.
Yeah.
And I think that this is just like another reflection in itself, and maybe to you guys too, like whatever or wherever you are, whatever your circumstance is, you might have at one time prayed to get to where you are. So don't take it for granted, and like just really be like, you know what, check your heart posture, and be like, you know what, God, thank you for this. And I think it just goes back to like that spirit of complaining that Tina was talking about, and just being like, God, I'm so sorry, thank you for this blessing, because I get to wake up every day and do this for somebody else. And even though I'm having a hard time with it right now, it's definitely helping somebody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I love that.
Yeah.
I remember when we talked about quickly too, with Stephanie, Slow and Steady Wins the Race, we did that episode, she really talked about how, you know, our journey with God, and how like you pray for something, but you don't actually end up in the spot where you thought you would end up. God's led you on a different path, a different route. And I just think
the
that
cake, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think it's really important to remember that too. Like if you prayed for something and you did get it, but it's not in the way you thought that you would have it, or even vice versa, like, you know, you want something, but it might not be what you actually think it is. Like, you know, just trust in God.
Yeah.
Right? That's what this is all about, and we're excited to talk about this today. So
quick, before we move on topics, what is your favorite video that we did this year?
That's a good question. My favorite video? I think my favorite video, do you just want me to say?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm going to say?
I don't. I feel like I know, but I don't.
But what did we title it? I think my favorite video that we did this last year was that's actually biblical.
Yeah, that was
And
such a good one.
It was just clever. Like,
Yeah.
come on, give us some
Like,
credit,
it
guys.
was,
Like,
you
that
know,
was really cool.
Add in the hand claps here. Like,
We decided to do our own Bible studies and pick out common phrases that everyone says.
yeah.
And just be like, okay, like, what's the biblical meaning behind it,
Yeah.
actually? And it was mind-blowing.
It really was. It was honestly probably one of the coolest ones that we've done. So if you haven't seen it, definitely check that one out because it was just like kind of eye-opening that people will, and every time, like we were doing that one and obviously like God will, like whatever we're talking about, God is like, hey, you're gonna walk it out today. Like, you know what I mean? And so it was so funny because I think we were going to do it and I think I texted you like 3 different times. Dude, somebody just said this and
Yeah,
like, we're like, whoa, it was
Yeah.
so crazy.
It was. That was a great episode. And we're going to do a second one.
Yes,
this
so
coming
stay
year.
tuned.
What was yours?
I really liked Identity in Christ.
Mm-hmm.
I think was probably one of my favorite ones, and I felt like just so connected to that one. And that one was probably the first one that I got really emotional on, just because like that one really stuck with me, you know. And
it was vulnerable.
It was that one. Slowing down, I loved, and then doing the slow and steady with Steph. That one was really cool.
All about patience.
Yes,
and
all the ones about patience. Yeah, Tina, incredible. Like,
oh yeah, our guest speakers,
yes,
our boyfriends,
our boyfriends. Like, this is
Whoa.
just like we've had so many guests, and I'm genuinely so excited for this next season because like we have. Just stay tuned because it's gonna be pretty good.
We have a lot coming your way.
But
so
yeah, those ones I love the guest speakers because that was just like such a different vibe, and each one of them brought something different to the table. I think it's so funny to watch back the boyfriend ones because they were so like, yeah, man, like it was just so funny because they've never done it, and we're just like, hey guys. So
that was fun.
Yeah, it was good.
But,
yeah.
So enough talking your ear off about our past year.
Yeah.
Let's finally talk about the future and what is to come.
Yeah.
And I just want you guys to get in God's presence, if you're willing, and just talk to Him and just have Him open your eyes to things that you might not see day to day in your busy lives. And that's something we reflected on, as well as just, you get so wrapped up in the world. It can be hard to hear God's voice sometimes. So really consider taking time with Him, figuring out what you really need to work on, have Him convict you, not other people, and just figure out what it is that you want to grow and where you want to grow in with Him and your walk with God. So we encourage you to do that. We did that, and it was really a blessing.
Can I tell them what happened to me?
Of course.
So you guys, you won't even believe, well, you will, but like it was crazy to me. So literally this week, or 2 weeks ago, Christmas Eve, like literally the weekend of Christmas Eve, I got the flu, and I was like, wow, this is fantastic. This is everything that I wanted right now when I have so much wrapping and work to do. And I had been doing a lot of like 12-hour days at work and stuff like that, and just trying to be like prepared for Christmas. And I'm like, oh, I can hit the overtime, like let's go. I worked myself into the flu. Like, it was actually ridiculous, and I was so sad, and I ended up crying to my mom, being like, I have so much work to do, and so, like, have everything that I have to get done. Like, this is crazy. I'm like, we have people coming to the house, like, all of this stuff, and I really, like, sat alone in my room, and I just read my Bible, and God was like, and this is exactly why you're here right now, because you kind of just forgot what the season is. Hi, it's my birthday, and I just want to spend time with you. Like, I feel like you're forgetting the whole point of the season and what I did for you and the gift that I gave you. And I was just like, wow, God, like, I'm so sorry. And my mind, like, it was just the most peaceful, like, time of my life. Like, it was so great. I was like, Jesus, thank you. And like, we were just doing our prompts, and I'm sitting there, and it was like, what is one boundary that you want to work on? And in my head, like, I would have just like kind of brushed over that one and been like, I don't know what I would have said. But like, because I just had those 4 days like to myself and with God, like, it was literally what I put for my boundary was more me time and more time with God. Because if you get so wrapped up, and it's literally like in every single video that I just said that was my favorite, you will literally, even in that video, we said you will work yourself sick or God will pull you out of something that you're doing to get you to realign with his will and what you're not doing. And I was like, oh my gosh, God, I'm sick. And he's like, yeah, I know. Like, it was just insane, and it was just like incredible. And I got to read Luke, and I got to catch up because I was so busy that I was like, oh yeah, I'll get to it tomorrow. And then I had 3 more stories to reread, and so just be patient and focus on God, and everything will be fine, and he'll provide for you, and everything was fine. I had a great Christmas, so I hope you guys had a great Christmas too.
I think the moral of the story is definitely, it's like, you can't, if you want to walk this walk with God, you need to make time for him. I heard this once about, you want to be small for God and not give him your time, but you want him to be a big God for you. And it's a two-way street. It's a relationship. That's what Christianity is, and it really is getting alone with him. So I love that we both, different times in our lives, had that experience of being isolated, but then in solitary time with God, because that is the best. And I recommend it. If you are willing, you should definitely take that time with him and just be in his presence. Go in a forest, go walk in the park, or go in your room and just be alone with him and see what he brings out to you.
It's so funny because I'm literally just yapping to God, and then I'm like, okay, God, see you later. Like, literally praying every day, but it's like I'm not receiving anything because I'm not reading. And if I am, it's like small stuff, like little, but I'm like, it's not what I need because I'm not daily bread. You know what I mean? Daily bread. So just a quick little reminder going into 2025, make sure that like you are there and you are trying to spend more time in his presence. Like, he is the greatest present that you'll ever receive, and just don't forget about that, because he wants to talk to you. And
that's good. I think it's really important. So with starting the video, I definitely think if you want to try this out and do goals with God, definitely get alone with him. That would be the first step. And the second step we already touched on would be the reflection. Reflect on what you've gone through, and reflect where you want to go, and all those types of things. And then I guess now would be really fun just to kind of talk about what we have reflected and prayed on, and where we want to go for 2025. Do you want me to start, or do you want to start?
I just talked a lot, so you can go.
So I think it's also really important too, I just want to quickly touch on a couple verses that are really important to keep in mind when you're setting goals with God, because regular New Year's resolutions, they typically are self-centered. They are very, I want this, manifest this type of thing. And if that is you, you do you, boo. That's okay.
You do you, boo.
But if you feel comfortable doing that, you go ahead and do that. And we're just trying to show you a different way to do that. And one of the biggest ways to do that is remembering, when you're setting goals with God, it is for God to be in control of that goal. And if it's not what you thought it was going to be, that is okay. And that is probably the biggest lesson out of this this topic we're talking about setting goals for next year. Goal setting is a great thing, but doing it in the proper way as a Christian is so important. So three verses I want to read, and I promise it'll be quick. They're really good at just getting you in the right mindset. I'd write them down and put them on your prayer board, because these ones will really help you stay focused and on the target of what you need to do. See, I don't know what I'm saying. Sorry, guys. Okay. So the first one, the reason why we want to do goals with God is because God himself tells us, if we ask, we shall receive. And there's multiple verses like that, but one of them is in Mark 11, verse 24. There's a whole passage that goes with it, but I'm just going to take out a verse, but I highly recommend reading the whole passage to get the full picture. So Mark 11, verse 24. Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours.
I was going to say that, so I'm glad you did.
Heck
Okay.
That's the first one. So the first one, we just want to make sure we're not just saying it to say it. God literally tells us, ask and you shall receive. The next verse that goes along with the Mark verse would be in James 1, verse 6. Again, the whole passage is really good to go over to reflect, but this small verse says, But when you ask, you must believe and not doubt, because the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea, blown and tossed by the wind. That person should not expect to receive anything from the Lord. Such a person is double-minded and unstable in all they do. So that was James 1 verses 6 and 7 through 8 actually. So that one's also good too, because that's just reminding us, if you're going to pray and ask God for something, believe it 100% that He will do that.
Yeah.
That He's a way maker, that He can move mountains, that anything is possible with Him.
Yeah.
When you're praying for something so boldly, believe it, and it will be given to you.
And can I just say, and when you do, feel like, I don't even know, just hopeless, it literally takes a mustard seed of faith for you to just be God, I really don't know, how you're going to do this, but I know that you are who you say that you are, and you can do what you say you could do, and, you will make a way, whether it's how I see it or not, it will be for my good, and if it's not good, it's not done. And I heard that the other day, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's okay. It's okay to breathe, and it's okay to just come with however much faith that you can have. It literally takes a mustard seed of faith, and you will get there, and it'll make a way.
And to go off that, the last verse I just want to put to planning with God is the famous verse, Jeremiah 29, verse 11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Then you will call on me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. I will be found by you. And that's just a good reminder again of what Rachel just said. If you're praying and you're asking, it just takes a little bit of faith, and just believe it 100% that it can happen. And to that, it might not happen exactly the way you ask, but God will still provide you with what you need, not with what you want.
Yes, and remember, who you have in your life is important, so make sure you have people that if you can't believe with 100% of your being, and you only have that little ounce of that mustard seed, then you have somebody to be well, I'm praying for you too. Amen. And I believe 100% that this can happen.
Yes.
And it will be an incredible thing when iron sharpens iron. So,
amen.
Yeah.
That is so true. Community is such a big thing. We talked about this so many times, but it's so true. If you can't get the courage, or you can't physically believe that this can happen, but your friend is a great at prayer, and that they can pray over you, pray with you, reach out to them.
Yes.
And they'd love to pray for you.
And I just want to say too that if you are going through something, our DMs are always open, and you don't have to tell us, if you don't feel comfortable telling us, you don't have to tell us the whole story. You can literally just be I need prayer, and God knows what I'm going through, but I just need prayer. You can DM us, you can, if you have our phone numbers, you can text us, you guys can reach out, and we will be there for you to pray over you.
Yes, I love that you said that
too.
That's where my brain literally just went
to.
Yeah. I agree with that. If you guys need prayer for anything, DM us. Leave comments in the description if that's something you're comfortable doing. Reach out to us, because we are here to fill you guys up with God's word and the best that we can. But we also want to be there for you if you need a friend.
Yeah, we're your community now too.
Yes.
So yes.
So that's just kind of a few verses to keep in mind when you're praying and you're trying to plan your goals with God. Those are really important to keep in mind. And after you've done your reflection, after you kind of thought about what you wanted to do, now we're just going to shed light on what we kind of want to work on for 2025. And then hopefully it'll give you guys some ideas too to write in your own journal, or to make a prayer board, or just to pray about.
Yeah. Okay. So one thing for me to start, I really want to be consistent in my Bible more so than last year. I was doing a really good job at it, and then this busy season of holidays came up, and then I fell again, and I was God, talking and praying every day, and that's amazing that I'm praying every day, but I'm not answering the call the way I should be, as if reading my Bible. So I really want this year to be fruitful in my Bible.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I had a similar one, actually.
Really?
So the way I worded it was including God in it's going off of reading the Bible every day.
Yeah.
My goal was to include God in every little thing I do and everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I don't take him to work with me, sometimes I don't take him to school with me, sometimes I don't take him to family gatherings with me or friend gatherings.
Yeah.
And he's always with me. I have his Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have his Holy Spirit. He's always with me, but I forget he's there because I didn't read my Bible that morning, so my cup's not filled. And then I go out and seek other people to fill me, and it's like time out, backtrack. So for me, a goal would also be, starting in the morning to make sure every single day I'm giving things to him and starting it out with him. So that way, throughout the day, I can take him with me wherever I go. And that will help me remember that he's with me all day because I remembered what I read that morning.
Yeah, that's good. I like that one.
Thank you.
Another thing for me is I want to save money because I spend so much money all the time, and I just want to be more frugal with my money and be also just more generous with my money. I want to be able to save money and have money, but I also want to be able to bless other people. You know what I mean?
That's great.
So yeah, that's what I want to do more of.
Good. I like that. I'm gonna add that to my list too.
That's good.
I like that. One of the ones that I would have is, let's see. I want to get more involved in church than I already am now. And this might be in many ways. I've talked to some friends about this before, little ideas here and there, but I really want to be more involved in a big women's Bible study.
Nice.
I want more community
at
our church. We have a great community, but I want even more. And I don't know, I really love singing, so that's something else I also want to try to get into is being a part of the worship team. I'm already part of the kids ministry, but I really want to dedicate more time to my church now that I have more time. So I'm really excited for that, and I know it's going to be such a blessing to me, but I'm so excited to bless others, like you were just saying.
Yep.
So that's a big goal of mine too, is just be even more connected in the church, because there's just so much fruit when you're surrounded, two or more gathered, that's just something I'm so excited for.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. What's another thing? I want to be more, I already go to the gym, but I want to be more consistent in the gym than I have been, because 2022, 2023, I was in the gym
Me too.
every single day. And one of the things is obviously stewarding your body well and treating it as a temple. I really want to focus on that, because you're only you can only do so much that your body allows you to, and I just want to be more treating it better with healthy foods and alcohol, kind of cutting back on alcohol. Not that I drink a lot anyway, but when you go out, you're oh well, I'm going out, so I might as well get a drink. I don't want to live in that mentality anymore, and also that'll just help me saving money if I make food at home. So it just kind of goes hand in hand. So that's another one. Exactly. So
that was funny. I was gonna say that too. One big goal of mine is consistency in the gym as well. I used to love to work out every single week. Yeah. And I think it's tying in. My goal is to have more self-care. I'm very I give so much time to other people. Yes. Not necessarily doing this, that, and the third. It's just I give a lot of time to others, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to continue to be selfless. It's just I need to be able to
fill
my cup and take care of myself. And I do take care of myself pretty well, but I want to do even better this year. Yeah. So I also want to be consistent in the gym. We're going to hold each other accountable. We're going to the gym together.
Yes.
And I want to eat healthier too, and I used to wake up early, guys. I love waking up early, but lately, I've been sleeping in.
Same.
And when I wake up early, my day is so much better.
Good, right? It's the best. Yeah.
I think that for me is consistency in myself, of being able to get up on time, being able to work out, being able to eat healthy, all the realm of health. Yes. It's definitely good for 2025. Yeah. So that's definitely something I would love to do, all about health.
Yeah.
Alright, so My second to last goal I had down was starting my own YouTube channel. This has been on my heart for a while.
Yeah.
And I really just want to do more of what we're doing here, but even more so. Like, just flood social media with a bunch of great content.
Yeah.
I'll have more time this summer, so I'm hoping that I get the courage to do it because I really just want to do that.
Yeah.
So
we'll
see.
just gotta start
Fingers
it.
crossed.
I feel you, because I'm like, I made my video and I was like, yes, I'm gonna start it. And then like, life just got so like chaotic. And then I was like, I don't know like if I should bring it or not bring it. And like, I just feel like I'm like talking to myself in the camera, like in the store is like so scary.
Yeah.
Like, it's just another like obstacle to like get out there. So I feel you.
Yeah.
That's one of mine too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then my last one would be, do you have any more?
No, I think that was
Okay.
it. Yeah.
My last one is praying every single day. And I said this before, and I didn't do that, and I'm going to do it now because shout out to my friend. She got me a prayer journal for
Cute.
the whole. It's like you can use it for 3 years, and it's
Wow.
from every single day for the
Where did she
whole
get
year.
that?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
We'll talk
Find
about it
out.
after.
Yeah.
But it was an awesome present. I could have not have asked for a better present. I felt so like understood.
Yeah.
She's like, this is you. And I was like, that is so sweet. So I'm going to be writing in another journal every single day and praying on what those things are. And I can't wait to look back on it in a year and kind of tell you guys with the prompts we were doing too, how that worked out.
Yeah.
Because that's really cool.
Yeah,
And
I
that
want
helps,
one. I'm
it
gonna get
makes
one
you
because that's
like
so cool.
hold yourself accountable.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
I love that.
Praying every day is really important too because it's just, all things are possible with God. So if I want to do something like the first goal I had, I need to be having Him with me every step of the way. And that's praying with Him too.
Yep.
So
Yep. Nice.
That would be all my goals.
I love that. Do we have anything else?
No, that will be it.
Yeah, we just wanted to do a quick little recap. So we talked about goals with God, getting in His presence, and a quick little recap. And this is like I just love this, and I'm so excited to see where we are at the end of 2025, God willing. And I'm just I'm just so happy and just so honored to be doing this with you, Maddie, and just so excited and so happy and grateful that you guys watch and are loving our content and are messaging us and DMing and texting and phone call. Like, thank you. And again, we just want to tell you, like, these are our 2025 goals, and we would love to hear what you guys have in store for 2025. And again, if you guys need any prayer, like, please DM us, like, leave comments. Like, we are your support here. Like, we will love to be praying for you guys more than we already are, but like, we would just love to get to know you and pray for you. And yeah, we hope you guys have an amazing new year. And yeah, we will see you guys next time for such a time as this. Bye guys.
Happy New Year.